PC gaming is the heart of innovation, offering everything from massive open worlds and competitive shooters to indie gems that redefine creativity. With endless choices at your fingertips, these are the best PC games every gamer should be playing today. Let's dive into it.
Targets identified.
Doom: The Dark Ages reinvents the legendary first-person shooter series with a heavier, more grounded style without losing any of the adrenaline. You play as the Doom Slayer, charging into massive battlefields filled with hordes of demons, using the new Slayer's shield to block, reflect, and bash enemies, while a diverse arsenal of classic and upgraded weapons keeps combat thrilling. The campaign delivers the strongest story in Doom's history, exploring the human-demon conflict and the mysterious makers across sci-fi medieval castles and cosmic realms. With open levels full of secrets, epic mecha and dragon sequences, and a killer heavy metal soundtrack, Doom: The Dark Ages proves the Slayer is unstoppable. The Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion Remastered is a classic open-world RPG brought back to life with modern graphics and gameplay improvements. Explore the vast world of Tamriel, complete epic quests, rise through factions, and even join Sean Bean to stop an otherworldly invasion. The remaster introduces a sprint button, updated UI, and an improved leveling system, making exploration and combat smoother while keeping the old-school charm. What sets Oblivion apart is its freedom. You can craft your own unique spells, experiment with wacky magical effects, and approach the game however you like. The storylines, especially the Dark Brotherhood and Shivering Isles expansion, remain some of Bethesda's best, full of memorable characters and moments. While enemy scaling and occasional bugs can frustrate, the game delivers a nostalgic, goofy, and endlessly playable adventure for fans of classic RPGs and newcomers alike. Warhammer 40,000. Rogue Trader is an epic 130-hour space RPG that puts you in the boots of a powerful rogue trader, heir to the Von Valancius dynasty. Command a diverse crew, from sniper elves to werewolves in power armor, and engage in tactical, turn-based combat that rewards smart positioning and creative strategies. The writing shines through thrilling quests and rich character interactions, while the galaxy itself, from jungle worlds to imperial bunkers, is beautifully realized. The game is complex and crunchy, with a steep learning curve and some bugs, but the depth of choice, strategic combat, and sheer scale make it a must-play for any serious RPG fan. This is a space adventure where the Imperium truly comes alive.
But now, I seek something more tangible.
Path of Exile is a dark and intense action RPG that perfectly captures the spirit of classic dungeon crawlers like Diablo 2 while adding its own layers of depth. Set in the grim world of Rayclast, you face grotesque monsters in visceral combat, collecting mountains of loot along the way. The game's standout feature is its ability gem system, which lets you slot and combine powers in creative ways, paired with a massive passive skill tree that allows for near-limitless character customization. Multiplayer is seamlessly woven in, from bartering rare items in a unique economy to teaming up for quests or exploring endgame challenge maps. Seasonal leagues add fresh twists and competitive leaderboards, keeping even veteran players engaged. And the best part? All this content is completely free, with microtransactions focused only on cosmetic items, proving that a complex, rewarding RPG experience doesn't have to cost a dime.
Their threads must be eradicated.
Terraria is an indie 2D sandbox adventure that goes far beyond being a simple Minecraft clone. You start with just a few tools and are dropped into a colorful, randomly generated world, tasked with exploring, building, and surviving against a variety of monsters. Daytime is perfect for gathering resources and expanding your base, while nights bring zombie hordes, flying eyeballs, and tougher creatures that keep you on your toes. The game shines with its deep crafting system, letting you forge hundreds of weapons, armor, and magical items, from grappling hooks to laser pistols, driving you to explore every corner of the surface and dangerous underground caverns. Building houses attracts NPCs who provide helpful services, adding another layer of strategy and reward. Multiplayer mode lets you cooperate with friends, making exploration and combat even more engaging. Terraria takes sandbox gameplay to the next level, blending adventure, combat, and creativity into an endlessly addictive experience that keeps players coming back for more. Sid Meier's Civilization VII takes the legendary 4X series in a bold, streamlined direction. The game improves warfare and diplomacy, introducing clever mechanics like army commanders carrying multiple units and the legacy path system that tracks military, cultural, economic, and scientific achievements. Narrative events and civilization-specific quests give your empire personality, while the music, sound effects, and slick graphics create a satisfying atmosphere. That said, the interface often hides vital information, tooltips are minimal, and customization options are limited compared to previous entries. Some ages feel overly broad, and the game currently only covers history up to the mid-20th century, leaving out late modern tech like computers and helicopters. Still, for fans willing to adapt, Civ 7 is an enjoyable experience that encourages experimentation and strategic thinking, and with Firaxis' history of patches and expansions, it could easily become the polished, deep strategy game the series is known for.
They must be stopped.
Divinity Original Sin II is a masterclass in role-playing, blending a rich story with deep tactical combat and immense freedom of choice. Set in a vibrant living world, you'll explore every corner, from hidden side quests to talking animals with unique insights, all while making decisions that can permanently alter the story. Its turn-based combat system is layered and interactive, letting you use the environment, combine spells creatively, and exploit tactical advantages for maximum effect. Character creation and party dynamics are equally complex, with multiple races, customizable classes, and companions whose goals can conflict in surprising and sometimes devastating ways. Add in fully voiced dialogue, intricate quests, multiplayer co-op, and a Game Master mode that lets you craft your own adventures, and you have an RPG that rewards experimentation, strategic thinking, and replayability. Divinity Original Sin 2 isn't just a game, it's an expansive, living world where every choice matters, making it one of the finest RPGs of the decade.
They are God-woken, the chosen champions of the other 6 gods.
Gods schmods.
Stellar Blade is a stunning action game that excels in combat, visuals, and exploration, even if its story and characters leave something to be desired. You play as Eve, a member of the 7th Airborne Squad, tasked with reclaiming Earth from monstrous Naytiba. The narrative is predictable, and character development is minimal, but the gameplay more than makes up for it. Combat is the real star here, borrowing defense-driven mechanics from Sekiro while adding its own twists like beta and burst skills. Enemy variety is impressive, with over 48 different Naytiba and intense boss fights that keep every encounter fresh across the 30-hour campaign. Exploration is rewarding too, with hidden collectibles, powerful exoskeletons, and unlockable costumes that add both strategy and style. Side quests and light RPG elements can feel repetitive, but Stellar Blade's combat, level design, and exceptional soundtrack create an engaging, high-octane experience. For fans of fast, tactical action games, it's a visually striking adventure that delivers where it matters most. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is a modern RPG classic from French developer Sandfall. Set in a beautifully bleak world where a godlike figure threatens your people with annual extinction, the game thrusts you into high-stakes expeditions filled with danger, mystery, and unforgettable characters. Its turn-based combat is brilliant, blending stylish, Persona-like menus with real-time dodges, parries, and unique character mechanics that make every battle tense and rewarding. Each party member plays differently, with distinct skills and resource systems, while late-game characters add even more depth and strategy. The story is deeply affecting, exploring mortality, grief, and sacrifice, grounded by stellar voice acting and rich performances. Combined with a stunning soundtrack and evocative visual design, Clair Obscur balances old-school RPG charm with modern sophistication, making it a must-play for fans of the genre.
Who are you?
Red Dead Redemption 2 on PC is a masterful prequel that immerses you in the decline of the van der Linde gang, putting you in the shoes of Arthur Morgan, Dutch's right-hand man. From the opening heist in Blackwater to the gang's struggle against starvation, capture, and harsh winters, the game masterfully blends narrative, choice, and consequence. The PC version elevates the experience with enhanced graphics, higher frame rates, and customizable controls, making the vast American frontier from snowy mountains to alligator-filled swamps feel even more alive. Gameplay is rich and multi-layered. You manage the gang's camp, hunt, fish, maintain your health and stamina, and navigate moral dilemmas that affect honor, relationships, and story outcomes. The world reacts dynamically to your actions, strangers remember you, chance encounters create meaningful moments, and the morality system rewards thoughtful choices even in a world where outlaw behavior dominates. Red Dead 2 story is both personal and epic. Arthur's journal, relationships with gang members like Sadie Adler and Lenny, and the conflicts with allies and enemies make every choice weighty. Missions balance narrative with realism, while the semi-open-ended systems like survival mechanics and limited fast travel encourage exploration without breaking immersion. Though some systems like maintaining Arthur's weight feel tedious, they rarely overshadow the depth of the world. Ultimately, Red Dead Redemption 2 is more than a prequel. It's a gripping, emotional journey with a living, reactive world, memorable characters, and the tension of knowing history without knowing every outcome. It's a technical and narrative triumph that solidifies Rockstar's storytelling mastery on PC.
I would kill for it, I would happily die for it.
Baldur's Gate 3 sets a new high watermark for CRPGs, combining tactical combat, compelling storytelling, and richly detailed world building. Developed by Larian Studios, it brings Dungeons & Dragons Forgotten Realms to life, with over 130 hours of exploration, strategic turn-based battles, and meaningful choices that truly affect the world around you. The character creation is deep, with 29 subraces, 12 classes, and dozens of unique companions, each with fully realized personalities, backstories, and growth throughout the campaign. Combat is versatile, using environmental tactics, spells, and teamwork to overcome challenging encounters that reward clever thinking over brute force. Beyond combat, the world is packed with secrets, side quests, and lore-rich interactions that make every exploration feel rewarding. Co-op play is seamless, letting you bring friends along for both online and couch adventures. Despite some minor bugs and performance hiccups, Baldur's Gate 3 delivers a polished, epic CRPG experience that's both massive in scope and precise in its execution.
You are soon to witness the people of Baldur's Gate granting me complete power over them.
Counter-Strike 2 is Valve's latest iteration of the legendary competitive shooter, rebuilt in the Source 2 engine. At its core, it's the same ruthless, high-stakes 5-on-5 gameplay fans love, where every round is about precision, strategy, and timing. Movement, weapon handling, and sound cues are all finely tuned, rewarding careful play and punishing mistakes, while the new visuals, subtle map updates, and upgraded effects add a fresh shine to the classic formula. Gunplay is precise and satisfying, from clutching rounds with the USPS to wielding the godlike AWP, while the buy system and weapon variety demand smart resource management. Counter-Strike 2 remains brutally difficult for newcomers, but for experienced players, every successful flank, headshot, and round victory feels intensely rewarding. It's the same legendary Counter-Strike, polished and sharper than ever, a must-play for competitive FPS enthusiasts. Cyberpunk 2077 drops you into Night City, a sprawling, neon-soaked metropolis brimming with choice, danger, and unforgettable characters. You play as V, a mercenary who ends up sharing a mind with the legendary rocker-turned-rebel Johnny Silverhand, and together you navigate a world where every decision, big or small, shapes the story and the lives of those around you. The PC version shines with detailed environments, high frame rates, and immense freedom to explore the city. From corporate towers to slums, hidden forests, and secret alleys, Night City rewards curiosity at every turn. Side missions often rival the main story in emotional weight, humor, and excitement, and your choices can have ripple effects across dozens of hours of gameplay, resulting in multiple endings and divergent story paths. Combat blends first-person gunplay with RPG mechanics, letting you mix stealth, cyberware, and specialized weapons to match your style. Quick hacking and stealth provide tactical options, while cybernetic augmentations like mantis blades or time-slowing abilities elevate fights into strategic choreography. Character progression is flexible, allowing perks to level up naturally through use rather than forcing a rigid build. Despite frequent visual bugs and animation glitches on launch, the game's writing, world building, and the sheer scope of interactivity make it compelling.
Gods and demon lords go to war. It's mortals who suffer most.
Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous is a sprawling, epic isometric RPG that builds on the legacy of Pathfinder Kingmaker with a darker, more focused story. You lead a crusade against demonic forces as a mythic hero, making strategic decisions, customizing your party, and exploring a rich world filled with memorable companions. The game introduces a full turn-based combat mode from the start, giving players precise control over battles and making the complex Pathfinder rule set approachable and rewarding. While the Crusade management layer can feel repetitive and the campaign's sheer length is daunting, every tactical victory and story-driven choice feels meaningful. For fans of deep RPGs, Wrath of the Righteous is a massive, immersive adventure that's worth the time investment.
I declare that the Fifth Crusade has begun, and it is you who will lead us.
Are we gonna drive them out in shame?
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 plunges you into a richly detailed, living medieval world where every sword, swing, bow shot, and choice matters. You step into Henry's shoes, a blacksmith's son turned warrior, navigating dynastic intrigue, political bloodshed, and unforgettable characters in a story that's cinematic in scope yet deeply personal. Kuttenberg, the sequel's crowning jewel, is a marvel of open-world design, a huge, authentic medieval city full of quests, adventures, and hidden stories. With around 100 memorable missions, the game rewards exploration and curiosity, balancing major story beats with side adventures that are often as engaging as the main quest itself. Combat is skill-based and deeply satisfying, with melee, archery, and stealth refined from the first game. Blacksmithing, alchemy, and a thoughtful perk system give players meaningful progression, while the AI and mission design encourage creative solutions. The game runs beautifully on modern hardware, and its blend of historical authenticity, engaging combat, and a reactive story make it one of the finest medieval RPGs in years.
Well, one's for monsters, the other for humans.
The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt may start slow, but once you step off the main path, it becomes a sprawling, open-world fantasy adventure unlike any other. The massive world is stunning, from rolling fields to bustling towns, all alive with dynamic weather, day-night cycles, and countless secrets to uncover. While the main story, Geralt's search for Ciri and Yennefer, can feel like a long series of errands, the side quests and Witcher contracts steal the show, offering intricate stories, challenging monsters, and meaningful choices that genuinely impact the world. Character progression is deep, with flexible skill trees, potent potions, and improved signs that make combat fluid, tactical, and satisfying. Every encounter feels rewarding, whether facing a wraith, hunting a foglet, or outsmarting bandits. Even small decisions echo across the world, shaping towns and alliances. With rich storytelling, memorable characters, and one of the best RPG combat systems ever, The Witcher 3 remains a landmark open-world experience.
Haunt the countryside, breed in city sewers, and rule the wilderness, feasting on merchant caravans.
Mass Effect 2 takes everything great about the original and elevates it to cinematic heights, putting you back in the role of Commander Shepard on a suicidal mission to stop the galaxy-threatening Reapers. The heart of the game lies in its companions, each with unique personalities, motivations, and loyalty arcs that make every decision feel personal, while choices from the first game carry over to impact who lives, dies, and how the story unfolds. Combat blends fast-paced shooting with tactical squad commands and class-specific powers. From the Vanguard's devastating charge to the Infiltrator's stealth and sniping, keeping encounters exciting and rewarding exploration across a stunning, fully realized galaxy. BioWare polished the graphics, voice acting, and cinematics to near perfection, and the seamless combination of story, action, and player choice makes the world feel alive, creating an epic yet intimate experience. Mass Effect 2 is a masterclass in action RPG design and a must-play for any fan of cinematic storytelling and strategic combat. Escape from Tarkov isn't your typical battle royale. It's a hardcore, survival-focused evolution of the genre where the goal isn't winning, it's simply getting out alive. Set in a fictional, war-torn Russian city, every raid is a tense, high-stakes challenge with up to 15 to 45 minutes to reach an exfiltration point while evading other players, AI-controlled enemies, and deadly traps. Looting is agonizingly detailed and deeply rewarding. Every gun, ammo, or even canned food has real value, and inventory management can be as intense as the firefights themselves. Combat is brutal and realistic, with limb-specific health, modular weapon mechanics, and tactical movement that makes every encounter terrifying and thrilling. Even minor mistakes can cost hours of progress, and yet surviving a raid, even barely, delivers one of the most satisfying adrenaline rushes in gaming. With intricate systems, a steep learning curve, and a relentless focus on realism, Escape from Tarkov isn't just a shooter, it's a grueling test of skill, patience, and nerve. XCOM 2 drops you into a tense post-apocalyptic world where humanity lost the war against aliens, and now you lead a desperate resistance. The turn-based tactical combat is as thrilling as ever. Every shot, every move could be your squad's last. Permanent death adds weight to every decision, and starting missions in concealment lets you plan devastating ambushes for maximum impact. Randomized maps, objectives, and loot ensure no two campaigns feel the same, keeping the challenge high and your strategies fresh. Each soldier class brings unique abilities, from hacking and healing to precision sniping, making squad composition critical. Add deep customization, a dynamic strategic map, and a clever mix of risk and reward, and you've got a game that constantly keeps you thinking, adapting, and sweating through every mission. Despite minor bugs and occasional performance issues, XCOM 2 delivers an addictive, high-stakes tactical experience that will keep you coming back for hundreds of hours.
They're mine.
EVE Online single server, Tranquility, is anything but tranquil, as players navigate a sprawling, player-driven universe filled with trade, politics, piracy, and warfare. Every choice matters, from piloting ships through lawless space and engaging in strategic fleet battles to mining resources, trading goods, or scheming against rivals, with permanent consequences that make victories exhilarating and losses gut-wrenching. The game's steep learning curve and complex interface reward mastery over navigation, combat, and strategy, while emergent stories unfold entirely through player actions, from corporate espionage and alliance wars to high-stakes heists and daring rescues. Over a decade of expansions, updates, and a dedicated community have crafted a dynamic, living galaxy where every interaction feels meaningful, and even the smallest skirmish or political maneuver can ripple across the cosmos, making EVE Online a unique blend of risk, strategy, and immersive storytelling that keeps players returning for more.
And there's always the threat of being discovered by another player who might be out hunting explorers.
Elite Dangerous is one of the most immersive and visually stunning space sims ever made, letting you pilot ships across a galaxy of over 400 billion star systems. You can trade, smuggle, fight pirates, and explore uncharted space, with each ship and weapon loadout feeling distinct and rewarding. The game nails the thrill of sudden danger, whether being interdicted by a pirate or narrowly escaping a catastrophic crash, turning otherwise long, boring flights into heart-pounding moments. Peripheral support like joysticks, throttles, and head tracking makes the cockpit experience feel astonishingly real. Yet, despite its massive universe, Elite struggles to feel alive. Missions are often dry, conflicts mechanical, and many star systems lack dynamic events or meaningful interaction. The thrill comes in fleeting bursts, while much of the journey can feel like a repetitive grind through empty space. Elite Dangerous is breathtaking and rewarding for those who love space exploration and combat, but patience is required for its quieter, lonely stretches. Rust is a brutally competitive survival game where danger lurks around every corner, from hostile players to environmental hazards like radiation, treacherous jumps, and even aggressive wildlife. Players start with nothing, gathering resources with basic tools to craft shelters, weapons, and gear. But progression is often hindered by RNG-based blueprints and scarce materials, making every successful advancement feel hard-earned. The game thrives on emergent player-driven stories, raids, ambushes, and alliances, creating tension and excitement even when combat mechanics feel imprecise. Rust's vibrant world and diverse biomes encourage exploration, yet the constant threat of losing everything keeps players on edge, while server choice determines whether survival leans more toward crafting and base building or intense PvP battles. Though other games may excel in specific areas like crafting, exploration, or battle royale, Rust uniquely combines these elements into an unpredictable, high-stakes experience that rewards cunning, strategy, and adaptability, making it a standout for competitive survival enthusiasts. Dota 2 is a deeply complex and highly competitive team-based multiplayer game that rewards dedication and strategic thinking, though it can be unforgiving to newcomers. From the moment you start, you're thrown into a whirlwind of over 100 unique heroes, hundreds of items, and intricate mechanics like denying experience or countering enemy abilities, all of which require time and practice to master. Valve preserves the depth of the original Dota mod while building robust systems for matchmaking, community support, and cosmetic customization, without ever giving paying players an unfair advantage. Success in Dota 2 depends on coordination, adaptability, and a deep understanding of hero interactions and battlefield strategy, which makes every match a tense, rewarding challenge. With constant updates, community events, and professional tournaments, the game is never static, offering endless opportunities for mastery and competition, and proving why it has earned a legendary reputation in the MOBA genre. Age of Empires 4 is a polished throwback to classic real-time strategy, letting players build bases, manage economies, and clash in epic medieval battles. Its factions feel distinct, from the sturdy English to the highly mobile Mongols, and campaigns are expansive, historically rich, and packed with engaging objectives. The semi-randomized maps, strategic depth of naval battles, and unique faction mechanics like hiding units in forests or burning enemy structures for Mongols add modern twists to the familiar RTS formula. Sound design, music, and even historical languages immerse players in each era. However, the game often plays it safe, with many factions feeling too conventional, graphics that don't push the envelope, and frustrating pathfinding that requires constant micromanagement. The lack of a map editor also limits creative freedom, though mod tools are planned. Age of Empires 4 is a satisfying smart RTS for fans of the series, excelling when it dares to innovate, but it occasionally reminds you that some classic formulas have their limits. Wasteland 3 throws you into a frozen, post-apocalyptic Colorado, where radiation, killer clowns, and a Reagan-worshipping cult make survival anything but easy. You play as the last two desert rangers, tasked with navigating a brutal landscape while making choices that carry real, often unexpected consequences. Every decision, from who to save to which factions to support, can dramatically alter your world, keeping you on your toes. Combat is tactical, turn-based, and punishing, rewarding careful planning and clever use of the environment, from explosives to the Kodiak tank. Team composition perks and heavy hitters are key to surviving overwhelming encounters. The game mixes dark humor, memorable NPCs, and environmental storytelling, making exploration as satisfying as battles. Despite occasional interface annoyances and minor performance hiccups, Wasteland 3 delivers a rich, choice-driven RPG experience with over 60 hours of content, a frozen wasteland full of surprises, and endless tactical challenges. Stardew Valley has grown into a modern classic after 8 years of updates, keeping its cozy charm while adding layers of depth and strategy. You start by restoring your late grandpa's farm in Pelican Town, juggling crops, livestock, fishing, mining, and even monster fighting, all while building relationships with quirky townspeople. Every day is a carefully balanced dance, where efficient multitasking and planning make all the difference. The game rewards exploration, from unlocking the mines to discovering hidden secrets and post-game content, and its pixel art world is full of charm and humor. Multiplayer co-op, new farm layouts, and seasonal events add endless replay value, with over 100 hours of content if you aim to see everything. Stardew Valley isn't just a farming simulator, it's a strategic, heartwarming, and endlessly engaging experience that keeps players coming back year after year.